Most singers think that they have to choose between expressive singing or technical singing, and that belief is actually what's killing both. I have been in vocal training for 21 years, and from the beginning, technique and expression, interpretation, were never separated. They were always somehow integrated. I have just come back from a 2-week voice retreat that was entirely focused on emotional release. It was really powerful, but it also raised an important question about technique, expression, and why so many voices get sore. And yes, this balance was never easy. I always noticed, since I started, that when I was singing, if I allow myself to feel the song, to really feel it, my voice will totally fall apart and all the techniques that I have learned and embodied were not there anymore. But when I focused on technique and in sounding correctly, the emotion disappeared. So in the early years of my training, I always felt that I had to choose between a voice that sounded technically correct or an expressive voice without much control. So now, technique versus expression, apparently opposite, but it doesn't have to be. And this is something that when I have singers, especially new singers, they don't even think about it. They either think that the most important thing is expression or that the most important thing is technique. I think both extremes are not good and not helpful. And we can change that, because that will help not only your voice, but also your interpretation and the effect that singing has in your own well-being. And so on one side, there are singers that focus almost entirely in vocal technique, on reaching the high notes and doing things right. But the voice very often feels disconnected. I'm sure you can think about singers that you have heard and say, oh, that is a beautiful voice, but somehow it doesn't get to me. And on the other side, there are a lot of singers that focus entirely on emotional raw expression. And usually these singers, they do a little bit better in getting to us. Of course, we can connect with them a bit better, but they almost see technique and voice control as an obstacle to expression. And this actually gets in the way of the expression itself, because of course, if you take care of your voice and you can control it, if you get to know your voice more, then you have more tools to express yourself. And not only that, but you also take care of your voice. I'm also sure that you know a lot of singers that have a raw emotion and they sound amazing, they sound emotional, but then they lost their voice over the years. So we also don't want that. Both sides are focusing on something really good, but both sides are incomplete. And it doesn't have to be that way. So coming back to the retreat that I attended. In this retreat, it was all about emotional release through the voice, but it was not singing. There was a strong idea that if the sound became musical or it had a specific pitch, then the emotion, it wouldn't be so emotional, it wouldn't be so authentic. People were encouraged to express freely through the voice, to get in contact with all the emotions and to just allow sounds to come through. And a lot of those sounds got quite intense. And what I noticed is that a lot of those voices didn't have an instrument that was prepared to hold those emotions. In my case, I did this work about 8 years ago again, and I remember that back then my voice got really, really sore. Now it didn't happen anymore, but I noticed that for these emotions to come through and to come through you without damaging your communication center, the body had to be prepared to do that. Otherwise, your voice gets sore and then the next day you can't sound and you can't sing. I know that a lot of people got their voice sore, and I was a bit shocked that this wasn't fully addressed. Sometimes when people will bring it up, people will be told something like, just use your diaphragm to protect your voice. Of course, being a trained singer myself, I understand that and I can do it. But for people that has not been trained in singing or that is very new to singing, that doesn't make much sense. Most people don't even know where the diaphragm is. So if you have an instruction like that, but you don't have a self-image of your diaphragm, you're not going to be able to use it, especially not in a very quick situation. You need to train that in advance. So without that understanding, the voice doesn't get protected and your voice gets sore. This is an issue because we do want the expression, definitely want the expression, but you don't want to have to give up your voice for that. When you have a lot of emotion to express and you don't have the coordination necessary to deal with it, then the throat gets the load. When you're expressing raw emotion like anger or grief or sadness, you are using your voice from the high pressure mode system. So I have talked about this in another video, you can take it there. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but just know that this area of your body can set the body into either high pressure mode system and low pressure mode system, and that for singing we want the low pressure valve system. Now, of course, it's not bad to express emotions from the high pressure mode system. We do it all the time. It's functional to our expression. If anything, I think we don't express enough. We are designed for it. But when you do it all the time for singing, if you are preparing a concert or something like that, and you have to train 2-3 hours a day or 1 hour a day of singing, you want to sing a song about anger, and you get into that raw emotion for an hour a day, every day, you are going to break your voice. So this is not designed for you to be angry 8 hours a day, and that is gonna get in the way of artistry. So that's why your voice gets sore. It's not because you are feeling too much, but because there is no container for it. And of course, here I'm talking about singing specifically, not everyday emotion. If you are singing and you want to be expressive in your songs through singing, you give yourself to it mindlessly, blindly, because that is just too much. It's not an everyday occurrence, it's different, so we have to treat it accordingly. And so let's talk a little bit about technique, which is my area. Technique a lot of times is deeply misunderstood. I have heard so many times people saying things like, this singer doesn't have any technique, but is the best singer in the world because feels raw emotion. And then those singers are the singers that, have nodules and had to stop singing. So not good either. It's kind of a romanticized myth. It doesn't have to be that way. Then there are also a lot of singers that are deeply emotional and have a lot of really good technique, but we don't want to believe that they are trained singers. I've heard people saying things like, Ariana Grande never had training, or Taylor Swift didn't have training. We want to believe that, but these are trained singers. They train all the time. In fact, they have personal vocal coaches. So especially nowadays when singers have to tour and sing a lot and keep on singing, they all train their voices. There is no other way. Technique is not about control. It's not about suppressing emotion, and it's not about sounding perfect either. Vocal technique is what allows your emotions to move through you safely. It allows you to feel deeply while still taking care of your voice and your emotional well-being. Because remember that your brain doesn't understand if you are faking it or not. If you are singing an angry song 1 hour a day, your brain is going to be alert, it's going to think that you are angry, and that is going to have consequences in you. At the same time, expression is not something that you get to by abandoning structure. Raw emotion doesn't immediately mean communication, and intensity doesn't necessarily mean music. For emotion to become music and art, you need an instrument to carry it. If you want to express raw emotion and make it music, 2 things have to develop together. You have to do the emotional work, and you have to develop your instrument. Emotion without technique overwhelms your voice, and technique without emotion disconnects your voice. Definitely don't want that. Real expression happens when the voice is carried through good coordination. Interpretation doesn't sit on top of technique, it lives inside it. So how do you start integrating this? I'm going to give you a few tips today, but of course, just know that this is not something you resolve in one day. This is deep work. It takes a while of practice and integration and embodiment. And if you are ready to do the deep work, then I invite you to check the link below. I have a link there that you can use to book a call with me. I have a 10-week program that is one-on-one, in which I help you to take the first step between a speaking instrument to a singing instrument that can safely carry the emotional load. If you're interested, book a call with me today. We can have a chat and see if we are a good fit. How do you begin integrating this? Well, the first thing is that you have to allow the breath to move through you. One of the reasons why emotion actually kills our voice is not because we are expressing emotions, it's because we are reacting to an emotion, and that is not the same thing. If you want to deeply feel an emotion, you need to allow the breath to flow. You breathe in and you breathe out without holding in between. Usually when we get upset about something and when we are expressing emotions, which typically means we are reacting to emotions, we actually lock the breath. We breathe, we hold, and then we express whatever. That is what breaks our voice, okay? So if you allow the breath to move through you, that is going to start softening. You are going to have the emotional vibration and the emotion is going to leave you. It's gonna come in, it's gonna come out, all right? And that is the idea of emotions. They are in motion. They are not supposed to get stuck. So something to have on mind. How do we do this in singing? Well, same idea. A lot of times singers breathe in, hold, and then sing. This happens in most beginners. That holding in between, not good. And so you want to develop this ability to breathe in and sing without interruption. So you take air in, you take air out, and you use the exhaling to sing, of course. This is super important, not only to feel the essence of the vibration, but also to tell your brain that you are safe. This is the second thing to super have in mind when you are working with emotion, and is that your brain, when it perceives danger, is going to shut your voice, and singing is going to become very dangerous. When you allow your breath to flow, there is like a background sense of safety. Of course, this is subconscious mind, but we know now that the way you breathe is the way to access that. So if you allow the breath to flow, you're going to be able to express an emotion without hurting yourself, because you're going to be feeling an emotion and a secondary emotion, all right? So the primary emotion will be able to be safety, and the secondary emotion is whatever you want to communicate. So this happens in normal life. If you think about your day-to-day life, and sometimes we have to express emotions to people and we know it's not gonna go well, and we might be angry about something. Maybe in the past you had a partner and you were scared to bring something up because you knew they would react negatively. You don't feel safe. So that's when you feel the tightness in the throat. You can't fully express yourself because you know you're going to be repressed and attacked. You know it. You're not going to feel safe. But when you have to express something that you didn't like and you feel safe with the person, you know that you're going to be able to sit with that person, tell them why you are upset, and it's not going to be drama. It's going to be addressed. You're going to be received. Even though it's uncomfortable, you feel safe. There is this sense of relief. So one of the things that changes is, yes, the breath. So you can translate that to your own singing. And this requires practice, but it can be done, and it's gonna make you be more connected to your technique, to your expression, and it's gonna feel much better. In this way, you are singing from a vocal instrument that you can control a bit more, but you are still connected to emotion, you are still connected to honesty and to meaning. And not by forcing the emotion, but by allowing it to move through you. I'm not interested in singing without feeling, and I'm also not interested in emotional work that drains you emotionally and that drains your voice as well. I care about voices that feel deeply, that communicate deeply, and that last forever. So if you ever have to choose between emotion and technique, let me reassure you, the choice is false. You can and should have both. The voice is by default emotional. The real work is learning how to hold both. I hope this video was useful for you, raised some questions, maybe gave you some starting points. If you like this video, go ahead, subscribe, like this video, let me know in the comments if you want any other singing topic covered, and I'll see you next time.